Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. And today we're in Fountain Hills, Arizona, and we thought we'd share a great car with you. I'm with Mike. Mike, your last name?
Greenwalt.
And Mike's got a great car. Mike, what year, make, and model did you bring?
Oh, this is a Type LT Camaro Z28.
And this one, well, you have to kind of pay attention to the details to find that out. Come right alongside me, Mike, and let's take a look at our featured attraction. So Mike, let's start off right with it doesn't say Z28 anywhere on it.
No, with the Type LT in 1973, you could not get stripes and it could not get any designation of Z28 on the outside of the car.
Now, why was that?
Well, the Type LT was a new type of car. It was going to be a style, and they were really focusing on luxury and touring. The muscle car era was fading, and they were looking at cars that could handle, that were quiet, that had more to offer than just straight line power.
And we have the full bumper on this, and I say that because was it 71, 72 that it's split bumper? Tell me about this front end.
The split bumper was on the Rally Sport starting in 1970 to 1973. The split bumper was a Rally Sport front end. It was another option. It came with some more style trim that this car does have, but the front bumper would have had split bumper would have had two turn signals next to the headlights, round turn signals, and a big Endura nose.
So those would have been here,
yes.
Not here.
Yes. So they did offer the Type LT or the Rally Sport in 1973, but it was being phased out due to bumper concerns.
Okay.
As you know, they mandated a 5-mile-an-hour bumper, 1974. This car has 3-mile-an-hour bumpers, hence the bumper guards up front.
So we'll give people just a look at that and some mountains in the background. What's the color on this car?
This car is called Bright Gold Metallic. They took the fun
Gold
names
or
of,
copper?
Oh, you're correct. It's Bright Copper Metallic.
Bright copper metallic.
Yes, sir. They took the fun names away in about 1972, and they just came out with the basic names.
It does look gold, though.
It does look gold, and I've made that mistake many times, and I still call it the gold car when my wife asks, which car are we taking today?
But it's actually, this is the Chevrolet copper.
Yes. This is a car with about 90% original paint. It's had some paint work done on the front where the original owner reported they backed a truck with a ladder into it at the dealership when it was in for service. The car did come with the spoilers. The spoilers were an option in 1973. Spoilers are on the option list. The vinyl top is on the option list, and what I call the dreaded side guards on the doors were on the option list and came from the factory on this car.
The side guards.
The side guards, the little strips that they were
This?
on. Yes, these guys right here.
Okay.
These
Oh,
guys,
those,
those were
the body side
the
molding.
body side moldings, and kind of messes the lines up. But you know, this car came from the factory with those.
This is how it is.
That's how it is.
Let's open the trunk, shall we? Now, how long you had this one?
I've had this one a little over 5 years.
Now, you've got an interesting story how you got connected to Camaros. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, Camaros have been in my blood since high school. My late brother bought a 73 Type LT in 1973, and my love for second gen started on that day. So he's had several of them up until the time he passed in '05. I've had about a dozen of them. It's a bad habit. Right now I'm down to just one of them. A couple years ago,
kind of brotherly love.
Brotherly love, and there was a time when we had, we each had, between the two of us, we had about 7 to 12 Camaros. And I'll always have one in the garage, and hopefully it's always a second gen. So I really love the cars, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's been very rewarding for me as a hobby, and hopefully I can do it for another 20, 30 years.
That is awesome. I love that story. All right, we're going to close that. May I open the car?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So I want to just show some of the details of the car. That's a wonderful connection to your brother. I think that's really heartwarming, and that's the beauty of not just the cars, but the stories as well. And I just want to show.
The interior is 100% original in this car. The car only has 31,000 original miles.
Wow.
AM radio with front and rear speaker. The ugly little shift knob.
Isn't that interesting, though? A rear speaker for an AM.
That was an option. It was in the option. It was in the option list to add the rear speaker, but AM only. With the Type LT, you got the deluxe interior that gave you all the bright trim, more padding in the seats, the wood grain in the dashboard. The door panels are much more cushy.
Okay,
That's all part of the Type
cushy
LT. Yep.
Got it. This wood grain.
Wood grain, absolutely. I've got the GM floor mats. Those are reproductions, but they're reproductions of what would have been in the car from the factory.
That's 31 under there.
Yep, it's going to be 32 here pretty soon. So.
I was laughing because I was thinking we're going for a long ride at about 200 miles. And the 4-speed, which is really, really great.
Oh, absolutely. That's what really attracted to me this car, other than the fact it was a Type LT Z28. But 4-speeds are hard to find, and hard to find a 4-speed that wasn't beat to death.
Yeah. I noticed 73 here too, the tassel.
Yeah, that was
green and white.
Green and white.
What school?
That's Sunny Slope High School
Nice.
in Phoenix. And my brother graduated in 73, and I was in 77, but he rides with me when I'm in my Camaro.
There
so
you go. Let's
he
open the
rides
hood
with
and see what is under here. Now we put this in the sun for a specific reason, so well you could see it. Now I'll be the first one to say it's a Survivor. Clearly I saw the headers just like you do, and that came from one of the other owners, but everything else on here has been brought back to stock as much as possible.
Yes. The original owner had the headers put on in 1977. At that time they fluffed the engine with some spray cans, and so hence the engine has been fluffed. So Survivor purists would say, well, it's not a Survivor, but everything else under the hood is original. I've added reproduction hoses and reproduction hose clamps. The others were long gone when I got the car, but it is correct. That's the air cleaner. It's a 1-year only 73 air cleaner. They made it 1 year only because it has a EGR valve, and this was in a different location to get around the EGR valve.
Interesting.
So
did not know that. And
yeah,
the flags were correct?
Flags were there. They started those valve covers in 1969 with the 350 horse Corvettes.
Now,
standard on Z28s all the way through 74.
I specifically want to show people too, I like the tags. You can see Z28 listed on that tag.
Absolutely. The trim tag would have Z28, and then the VIN number will also identify.
Go ahead, tell us about
the
that.
Type LT will be an S, the second will be an S, and the T will be a Z28. So in the Camaro world, if it's a 73, it's no T, no Z. So that's kind of what we say when we're looking at them. But this is all the designations.
Fascinating. Fascinating. Let's fire it up, shall we? We'll listen to it idle. I'll step behind it for a moment, and then we'll give it a rev. And since it's in the dark in the back, we'll step on the tail light or step on the brake lights to see the tail lights. What was the horsepower? You can hop in it. What was the horsepower of one of these?
The horsepower
Mike?
was at 245.
245. Can you step on the brakes for just a second? Let me just listen to that idle for just a second. Go ahead, give it a rev. One more. Sounded pretty throaty for 73.
Yeah, the headers help a little bit, and it does have what they call turbo mufflers on it, but the exhaust goes all the way out the back in the correct place. One of these days I might get around to a nice reproduction Gardner exhaust system on it, but it sounds too good and it's too fun right now, so we're just going to enjoy it for a while as it is.
Let's take it for a ride.
Yes, sir.
So as we're jumping in the Camaro 350, the Type LT Z28, and you're greeted by the long door. And Mike, good to see you.
Good seeing you.
Let's take the 4-speed for a ride. What's the reaction you get when you drive this thing?
I get a lot of thumbs up. A lot of people want to tell me the story about their Camaro. They made millions and millions of these cars between 1970 and 1981 was the second gen. So everybody had them, and you could get them with a 6-cylinder and automatic, so it was easy to drive. So
yeah.
Everyone wants to tell the story, and it's great because I've got a lot of stories as well.
I just show people mountains in the background.
Yeah, it's a time of year that it really sucks to be in the Phoenix area. You know,
Yeah, this is terrible.
My friends
How are
are-
we gonna make it?
my friend's on the East Coast, and I'll say, I gotta go now. I'm on the phone. I'm going for a drive to a car show, and it's nice. You know, we love it here.
Yeah.
But it's just fun, you know, get out every week and see some old friends and drive the cars and meet nice people. So car shows have been a part of my life since, you know, like I said, my late brother started taking me to car shows at a young age.
You got hooked.
And I got hooked. And
Let me show people what we're suffering with. It's nice going through the years. Moves pretty good.
yeah, it's, you know, hey, it was pretty good in 1973. Nowadays, I just kind of wave at the new Corvettes.
Just gotta wait. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
I know what's going on, you know.
Right.
My problem is runs deep, so I've got, you know, right now I've got a 2017 Grand Sport convertible sitting in the garage and a Boss 302 sitting in the garage, and my
What year
wife
Boss?
it's a 13.
Nice.
And my wife always worries when I come in the garage or come home from a car show with what did you buy? And
That means you're married. That's all.
oh
that
yeah,
means.
she's stuck with me for 35 years, so she's kind of used to it. But it's really
She's
interesting.
tolerant. She's tolerant.
She's really funny because I put my son up, who's 24. I put him up to coming in and saying, hey, tell her that I bought another car. And I used to get a reaction, and she just says, what did you buy?
That's
Well,
funny.
I
Well-
haven't bought one.
Well, Mike, what a fun time with the car show today, and we thank you for taking us for a ride, and thanks for taking me
All right.
on a ride. And if I
it's
can
great
get that
having
sentence
you.
out. Let me try that one more time. I'm gonna get so thanks so. I was worried about that music. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Okay, so Mike, what a treat going to the car show. Thanks so much, and thanks for taking me a ride in your car. Thanks
That
for
was
being
a
on
lot
My
of fun.
Car Story.
Oh, good being here. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you.